Okay. All right. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to finish this in part 2. We are going to factor by grouping so we can find all the roots. Okay, so this is part 2. This is continuation. Count your terms 1, 2, 3, 4 in order from highest degree to your lowest. Before you start, see if there's anything you can factor out. Let me see. 6 and 8, 3, 3. Does that go into 3? Let me see. I'm not sure. No, it does not. 35 doesn't either. So this is as far as we go. All right. So step number 1. Group that first 2 together. What do they have in common? I would say they have a 3 in common and an r square. So I'm going to factor 3r squared from each one of these. You don't need to write that unless you want to. 24 divided by 3 leaves you 8r. Negative 15 divided by 3 leaves you negative 5. See that plus? Keep the plus. If it was a minus, you keep that minus. What do these guys have in common? 7. So I'm going to factor out a 7. So that means I'm dividing these guys by 7. So you have 8r minus 5 equals y. Okay? Now, do you see how these two exactly are alike? I'm going to group them together as 8r minus 5. Okay? Do you see how these guys are different? I'm going to group those guys together as 3r squared plus 7. Set that equal to y. All right. Okay? Now, the question says find the roots. If you were just factoring, you would be done. Always check. 8r times 3r squared is 24r squared, r third. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Check. Just check the parameters before you move on. So that's good. So if I was asking for factor form, I would be done. But since I'm not asking for factor form, I have to solve. Because it says find the roots. 8r minus 5 equals 0. 8r equals 5. r equals 5 divided by 8. Set those guys equal to 0. 3r squared equals negative 7. r squared equals negative 7 over 3. r is plus or minus square root of negative 7 over 3. Decide where you want that negative to go. All right. I'm going to finish up here for you. r equals plus or minus I square root of 7 over square root of 3. Rationalize. So r is plus or minus square root of 7 times square root of 3 is square root of 21. No perfect squares. Divided. Oh, let me write that better. That looks terrible. Plus or minus I square root of 21. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. And there's your 3 solutions. 1, 2, 3. And there you have your complex numbers. We're going to do a little bit more complex numbers. But for right now, just know that square root of 1 is the same thing as an I. Okay? That's all I want you to know right now. But we are going to do a lot more operations with that. Okay? All right, let's look at an application problem. I didn't put any on your homework, but here's an application problem. Here we go. An object is launched from a platform. Its height in meters, x seconds from the launch. It is modeled by the following. X squared minus xx minus 9. Okay, so basically you have a graph here. Here's the height in meters. Okay, and then here's the time in seconds. Okay, here we go. So how would I solve for this? I am going to factor x and x. Two numbers that multiply to give you negative 9 and is going to subtract to give me negative 8x. 1 and 9. Minus and plus. X plus 1 equals 0. X equals negative 1. X minus 9 equals 0. X equals 9. Okay. So here's negative 1 and here's 9. And here's my graph. Okay. Let me do it better. Okay, so there's my height. Now, which one is the correct answer? Negative 1 or 9 or both? Well, this one can't be because you're not throwing something here. You're going to start throwing it right here. Okay, so the answer is how many seconds after the launch will the object hit the ground? It is going to hit in 9 seconds. There you go. And your axis of symmetry is going to be the height, the maximum height right here. So kind of think about that, okay? All right, here's your assignment. Please get that done. Have a great day.